Pretty amazing when we talk about our average high for the middle of April being around 70 degrees. And while we got spoiled on Sunday, tell you what, first 3 days of this week have been anything but. Had beautiful blue sky earlier outside of Television City. Now the clouds have increased as a weak high pressure system just moved straight over us during the early morning hours. We sit at a very comfortable 54 degrees. Pretty interesting. We saw anything like mid 30s up to the northern portion of the 4 states. Nice little increase though. Probably going to have the reemergence of frost advisories by the time we get to tomorrow. But we had about a 15-degree gap between, say, Miami and Fort Scott earlier this morning. Now, everybody coming back together will roll mid-50s here at the noon hour. Cloud cover has increased as a result of that weak high-pressure system moving off to the east, and it's just going to continue to get cloudier and cloudier as the day goes on. But we've yet to see a whole lot of precipitation evolve as of yet. That's going to change here by the time we get to this morning or this afternoon, because what we got right here with 3 low pressure systems. Now, low pressure is simply going to push due east. Give you an idea of the tracks of these things. This one coming off of Utah wants to take a southeasterly dip. The one coming out of Colorado, just a tad bit to the southeast. It's really this one coming out of New Mexico. It's going to take this precipitation right out of Texas as it lifts up to the north, going to grab it and just push it straight toward us. That's why it's going to be number 1, very wet and very cold by the time we get through Friday. As we sit right now, not a whole lot of development, but earlier this morning we had the definitive ridge over us. That's about a 40-mile-an-hour gap that we're talking about right there. And the big difference is it gets legs, it pushes off to the east very quickly, and that's what allows everything to arrive for us. Still not a bad afternoon though, not even a bad evening. Got afternoon, evening plans, especially. Tanya was talking earlier. She made a good point. Kids may have soccer, they may have t-ball, no worries about it. We're going to be in the low 60s. I think we'll actually see 60s on the board here, despite the fact that we're just riding high 50s right there. And the wind, not too bad at all, just southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. But after it's bedtime, everybody's tucked in. Then we get ready for mostly showers. Not really thunderstorm activity, but mostly showers. And here's why this is not a bad thing, because we stay out of anything severe. Number 1, we need a little rain down in northeast Oklahoma. Our drought monitor for our highlighted counties certainly not too bad. This is where they really need it, and that's where that's going to generate from, as we see that low pressure system lift that Gulf moisture up, kind of hang there before it heads toward us. And so when we talk about what we're looking at for future track, here we go. Afternoon and evening hours. Really not in earnest till about, say, 8, 9 o'clock tonight on our far western counties. And that's going to be very light at first. But then after we turn the clock past midnight, look at this nice band right here. It is going to roll through, and it's going to last all the way into Friday evening. And we're looking at anywhere from probably 3/4 to 1.5 inches of rain. And as we've progressed through the day and look at these models, those numbers keep increasing. Don't think we'll have any flooding concerns because our ground has been dry as of late, but it's just going to be wet and cool, hard pressed to even get to the 50-degree mark. Guess the positive aspect of it is when we get to the severe thunderstorm risk map, remember, that just is the equivocation of April's showers. Not going to have any hail, not going to have any wind. That's going to stay down to our far south. When we get to the 7-day forecast, that 30% chance for Saturday, that is for the early morning hours, a result of our Friday rain, and then finally a chance to dry off on Sunday, but still, Tanya, very chilly. Also want to point out, that frost advisory we had for this morning, I'd keep the plants inside. Look at those overnight lows.
Yeah, it's going to get pretty
Rolling
close.
In the 30s each and every day.
Just want to be safe. All right, thanks, Michael.